Browns made a number of roster moves today. So they signed a linebacker, Brandon Boyer Randall. They signed Fan Hicks, who they had in before. They signed a safety, Chase Williams. They waived Vincent Gray with an injury designation. They waived Marcus Haynes, defensive end. The long snapper they brought in, Sunahara, a local kid. They waived him. And the contract of John Kelly Jr., running back who ran the ball a ton in that first preseason game, terminated. Um, you kind of alluded to it. I would expect them to look at some tackles. Just they're looking for bodies that are healthy. You do have a couple of guys who can play, but you're always looking for younger developmental tackles too.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot, and it might not even be the younger developmental route right now because that's not going to be the case. If anything, as we look at this, 3 weeks and change away, from opening day, they could conceivably need somebody to play. I don't think anybody, again, is in any rush to run James Hudson out there as your starting left tackle against the Dallas Cowboys. Thankfully, Micah Parsons does most of his damage against the right side of the line, but that's certainly something that's going to, certainly give you the creepy and the crawly, so to speak. It's getting late early as far as the health of these offensive tackles. And what Jed Wills did was admirable, trying to hold off on surgery last year. He was trying to hopefully rehab himself to the point where he knew he was still going to need surgery, but he thought that maybe he could get himself healthy enough to play and close out the stretch. And then finally it was said, look, you just can't. You just haven't come far enough along. So ended up getting the surgery later than probably he should have while he was looking out for the better part of the team for what was the 23 season. But now here it's lingering into the 24 season. We did hear last week that Jed was close. I don't know how we determine close when all I've got is, my two starting tackles in street clothes. And at least for Jed Wills, he doesn't have a sleeve that goes, basically from his ankle all the way up to the top of his thigh like Jack Conklin does. It's certainly, probably some nervous times here and probably a really difficult spot to be in if you're Andy Dickerson. You're taking over for a legend like Callahan. You're taking over an offensive line that has always been really, really good. And right now, the outlook is, a little troublesome as, you're leading up to the opener on September 8th.